Hi all, let's do another puzzle session. So this is at my own chess server, chessworld.net, on the play rated puzzles page. Okay, let's see how we do today. White to play. Okay, so we have this pin here, king still in the center. Rook takes c4 actually exposes this kind of weakness on this diagonal. Takes bishop a4. That looks very tempting. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on a sec. No, I'm not. Rook takes. Pardon me. Okay. I'm going to try rook takes c4. I can't really see anything else that interesting. So bishop a4 and take it from there. Now there's bishop b6 here. And if king e7, queen g5. Bishop b6 looks very tempting. Yeah, it doesn't seem as though black's got much resistance after bishop b6. I would say that's winning. So queen g5 or queen h4. Queen g5. Okay, so that's a classic king in the centre. That was Mark Hebden, British Grandmaster Mark Hebden against Kalichev. Nice finish there with rook takes c4. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one. That was a quite straightforward one to start off with. Now, black to play here. Now this looks very interesting. The immediate forcing move that jumps out is rook g2 to get sort of coordination between the queen and bishop. So rook g2, king g2 takes g2, queen takes f3. Now on king g1 there's queen g2. On king h3, that's interesting now. Knight f4, there's queen f4. Although, note the bishop's pin there. On that there's bishop c8. Check. And that looks lethal actually. Potentially. Let's try and... No, I've just given up the bishop. No, I haven't given up the bishop. Okay, so rook g2, king takes, queen takes, king h3. There's also, in that position, there's knight g5 check. And on king h4, then I'm not so sure. Knight f4, on king h4 there's queen h5. So queen takes, there's bishop c8. Then on king h4, then I'm stuck. Now it's a bit of a cheat to sort of actually do this in a normal game. You wouldn't really do this in a puzzle. It's kind of the only move that kind of you'd think is the puzzle solution. So there's far less risk doing the move in this context to play rook takes g2. But in a normal game you'd really need to calculate this. And if I can't calculate it, then I don't know, I feel I'm cheating just for the context. Knight f4, queen takes, bishop c8. So the problem I have here, visualizing this, there's no rook d7 or anything. I don't think white would want to give up the queen. There's no way of... So king h4. King h4, I can't see it there. Let's have a look again. Rook g2, king takes, queen takes, king h3. There's also this knight g5 business, which doesn't give up material. So knight g5, king h4, and then what? I can't see it. I really can't see it at the moment anyway. So I'm going to kind of cheat. I'm going to do this. It is the move. Now I expect that it's not bishop f3 because we've got back row issues a little bit. I think queen takes f3 is the way to do it here, in principle. So there's knight f4 or knight g5. Knight f4, queen takes, bishop c8, king h4. I'm not seeing anything that I didn't see before there. There's also queen g2 though, immediately. Or actually, what about something like h5 or g5? Probably isn't enough time. There's actually also, hang on, the bishop's now covering g2, so we can actually use the queen f5, and then king h4, queen g5, queen f5, king h4. Must be really quite dangerous, surely. Queen g5, king h3, queen h5, bishop h4. That's looking dangerous. Hang on, there's also queen h5, bishop h4, queen f5, which would force king g3, and the bishop's kind of blocking in the king. So queen f3, I wonder about that. Queen h5 forces basically bishop h4. Then we've got queen f5, and we've created a blocked in scenario for the king there. King g3, queen f3. I wonder that one. Right, so it's blocking in the king. Oh, hang on. Is there a quicker mating? So I thought this was a mating 2. There's knight g5, king g3, queen f3 as well. Queen f3 looks like mate. But I do wonder about, yeah, they might need an alternative solution here. Let's have a look. So we have the queen h5, that's a key move. It's none of this. This is not working, is it? Queen h5, just making use of the bishop covering g2. Alright, now I said queen f5. I don't think the king's got that many. Oh, right, it is mentioned in the notes, by the way. Queen f5, yeah, it is mentioned. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Right, white to play. Now, queen f4, there's bishop f5, that's a nuisance. Black's covering h6, there's queen d6. We can do this remarkable thing, rook g8 for queen g5. And if king f7, queen g7, I think rook g8 is a very powerful forcing move. If king e7, then is there an escape? I wonder if queen d6 first, king f7, and then something like, well, actually, isn't there knight e5 check there protecting the rook? Queen d6, rook e7. Really want to run this with checks because white's king is not that safe. The check here, let's run this through again. Takes, check. If king f7, isn't there just knight e5 there? So I think this might be the quick way to do it. Rook g8 takes queen g5. King f7, queen g7. King f8, queen g7. Actually, we don't even need them. Yeah, I think just... Alright, so the problem was... Sorry, coming back to what the problem was. King e7 immediately. Right. Okay, in that position, isn't there bishop f6? If it takes queen g5, looks to be mating. If king f7... Knight e5, and I'm sort of losing track. King takes, isn't there queen g5? So I think that might be the way to go. Rook g8 looks the most forcing because there's potential checks against the white king here. I would go with rook g8, I think. Right, so that's the interesting defensive try. I think bishop f6 here, driving the king back to f7. Then knight e5. If king takes, there's queen g5. If king takes there, there's queen g5. I think bishop f6 is a key move. Nope. I thought it was dangerous. Maybe there's something better. Actually, what about simply rook g7? Yeah, because actually king f8, we're protecting that rook, so there's queen d6 there. That's very, very simple. Whoa, should have looked out for that. Queen d6 here. Now let's look at my suggestion. So Panikas against Master Vasilis. So here, so rook g7 is the move. I wonder if bishop f6. Let's just quickly say, by the way, about this. There's queen g5. Yeah, that's mating on g7. But let's just mention about. Okay, let's go into that main thing here. Bishop f6. I wonder about this move as well. Would it have actually worked? Now, if takes, then it's check and then mate. And if king f7, I wonder about knight e5. Is this a long-winded way of doing things? Maybe it's still winning, potentially. Because king takes, queen g5. King here, I think queen g5. There's no defense around the king here. So yeah, it looks to be a crushing position in any case. But the most elegant is just actually playing the rook here. Yes, that's protected by the bishop. That's neat. Then queen d6. Okay, I hope you got something from this and maybe saw them before me today. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.